Okay, so I want to make a quick video showcase of this issue that I'm having working on this mod. It is something involving like the save data, kind of, or not so much the save data itself, but the save and load process. So right now we're in a dungeon scene. In the example here, we have a hall with two loot piles. Normally, we got a loot pile here and something that's not a loot pile. This chest is the chest custom object from the mod. Basically, I'm going to show that when I save and then reload, for whatever reason, even though this chest has quote unquote replaced the loot pile that it's currently in the position of, for whatever reason, when the game loads the save, that loot pile gets not maybe I don't think the same loot pile, but some loot pile gets regenerated in that spot where that random loot marker would be, and I don't know why. Like in this case, we got this loot pile here, random treasure, and it's got 68 gold pieces in it. This was made, but I did not replace it with my modded object here. But then there's this one that was replaced by the chest, and as you can see, it was emptied, and it was instead of being destroyed, it was made inactive, which DFU normally does this when a loot pile is empty, then or when a loot pile is emptied, one that is not one that is a random loot pile as well as like ones that the player made, like he just dropped something and then he empties it gets rid of the loot pile. But it doesn't get rid of it per se, it just, at least in this case, it deactivates the object. So it still exists, but it is just in a state of being invisible or whatever. It's not active, but it exists still. But yeah, I guess I'll just try and show it. So I'll unpause here. So as you can see, here's this naturally generated loot pile that Dungeon made. And then here is this chest, custom object. I can interact with it, do stuff with it. I'm not going to lockpick it because that might mess up the example, but yeah, it works as I expect. So let's make a save. And then let us load a save. So keep your eyes to the left of the screen where the chest is, and then you'll see a loot pile will spawn there, or be created there. Yeah. So here's that loot pile, the original one. That one is still exists, and it still has the proper whatever existing state. But now that we loaded our save, for whatever reason, a new loot pile has been created here. Which I don't know why. And if I loot it, I think it gets deactivated just like the other one was. I mean, let's check, I guess. I think it's probably this one. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of strange. I wasn't expecting that. I actually thought it was going to be a duplicate of... I thought the inactive loot pile from before was going to be saved, and then that loot pile would be different. But yeah, I don't know. But now that I didn't get rid of, but now that that loot pile has been deactivated like naturally, not from me deactivating it with a script, like in the code does for this, I will save again. But then when I save now and then load, the loot pile won't regenerate there. As you can see, it's not regenerated. I don't understand why it's doing that. Like, as I said, I'm not destroying the loot pile object. I'm just deactivating it, which the game does when it's emptied anyway. So I don't know if this is something involving the statefulness or something of these loot containers, save data or something. I have literally no idea about this whole thing with the stateful objects. Yeah, stateful game object types. I don't have no idea about the whole stateful thing. I kind of assumed that was mostly for stuff like the player house and loot that is supposed to be always loaded or something, or objects that are supposed to be always loaded, but yeah, I just don't understand what part of the save and loading process is causing that in this case. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that maybe video helped a little bit in clearing up sort of what the issue is, but I don't know. Yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. See ya.